So, today's topic is, what are you grateful for? And it's one of my favorite things to talk about. I am so grateful for everything. And I do mean absolutely everything, which is an inclusion of all things and an exclusion of no thing. I'm grateful for absolutely everything. But I'm only going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And what I would like to say about the good is, during those moments when you're in recovery or just living your life, that is the best time to celebrate. A lot of people forget to mind celebration. Celebrations is one of the biggest things that you could ever do for yourself when you're wanting or waiting for something to come your way. Celebrate. I mean, celebrate big time. Celebrate, dance, whatever it is, however you choose to celebrate, celebrate. Don't forget even the things that you consider small and insignificant. Celebrate all those things, because those are the things that help you get to your biggest wins that you're trying to reach. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to say thank you. Don't forget to say thank you for people to people for the things that are in your life that you're looking for, things that even if they haven't come. I've always learned how to, as a child, as a teenager, I've learned how to say thank you in advance. When it's something that I'm really looking forward to, I put it into the atmosphere. And whether you call it prayer or meditation, whatever you call it, I see it as when you're putting something out into the atmosphere, when you're talking to God, you're praying. When you are listening and in meditation, you're receiving from God or the universe. And so it is important during those good times to do prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation is like a two-way conversation. You're having a dialogue. So as I was saying, prayer is you talking, meditating is you receiving the information that you doing conversation. So always do that. Thank you in advance. Really, it's like it puts a stamp on it. The bad. The bad I want to talk about is things like there are distractions, obstacles, negative vibes, and disappointments and odds that are stacked against you. I've learned how to, and it's a process that I go through, and a lot of people ask me, even with all that you go through, when you tell your story, you don't look like you've been through any of that. And I'm like, well, because I've learned how to be grateful. That's the reason why this is one of my favorite topics. I've created a process to help me get from the good, from if I'm going good, bad, ugly, how to get from the ugly all the way back to the good. So, in the bad, with all these distractions and negative vibes and everything, I have worked out different things in my life to where when something happens, I automatically go to one of my coping skills, and I have well over 20. And so whether it's coloring, whether it's painting, whether it's going out walking, listening to music, dancing, even if I'm home by myself, I'm dancing, cooking, all of those things help me to get me back to that good. Okay, ugly. Ugly is what I put in that category is trauma. Anything that was very traumatic that causes you to take a pause in life. And what I mean to take a pause in life, like there is something causing you, you may get this feeling, this overwhelming feeling that you just can't go on. And so that's what I put into the category of ugly, those traumatic things that could take you there. So now you have to figure out how to get from the ugly, at least to the bad, if not straight to the good, at least to the bad, to where you have gotten to the place where you're able to function, even though these things have happened to you. You're able to function and still go to work, still go to school, still take care of your children, still take care of your home, still maintain your relationship with whoever you're in relationship with, and then work on to getting back to the good, where you're back to celebrating and you're able to say thank you in advance. And even with the bad and ugly, you can learn how to say thank you in advance. even though you haven't gotten back to the good. Say thank you in advance. What helps me get from the ugly and the bad to the good is I think about all of the good memories of how I got to that I enjoyed while I was going through the bad and through the ugly. Because even though you're going through those things, once in a little while, you have these little spurts of goodness that comes in. And when that light shines onto that darkness, celebrate that. That gets you back into your good mode. That gets you back into that thankfulness. And that's something to be very, very, very grateful for. It's something that I've been practicing for a while. And I'm just so grateful for it. I'm grateful for all of my friends, my family. I'm grateful for Inspiring Recovery, because without this group, I would not have been able to think about a lot. I'm grateful for other support groups that I've been proud to be a participant of. And when I say finding support for yourself, that's actually putting those good vibes back to you and you putting it back to them. It really keeps you and gets you back from your ugly and your bad to your good space. So some of these sources that I want to talk about that gets you through these good, bad, ugly scenarios are like your memories. Sometimes you can have a memory of something that happened in your past because you suppressed it and you haven't dealt with it properly, so they keep coming back. And sometimes you start going from your good to your bad and your ugly. And so it is that, some financial situations, things, just your life, just life in general, your health, employment, your business, family, other connections and relationships. And sometimes these things can trigger you and get you going from your good place to your bad or your ugly place. And so, like I said, to get back to that good place, when those little beams of light from the good comes in, when something good, when you, even though you're like, okay, I remember when I'm doing such and such, but I remember when you start doing the remember when, that's a little positive light right there. Start celebrating that you can remember when, because when you start doing that, that's what gets you closer and gets you away from that dark space and gets you closer to that light space, and you're able to pull yourself up out of that. So that's all I have for you. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. And